Hello, 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 beautiful people. Hope you all are doing good and happy Sunday from wherever you are. Hope you had a wonderful day and hope you're doing okay and hope your evening is awesome as well. It's a wonderful Sunday evening here in the nation's capital city of Yaoundé. And hope you all are very, very okay from wherever you are. And like you know it, it's that your favorite program, the Sunday Jangi, the live conversation, the podcast, where we talk about very, very important and educative things that could edify and increase knowledge in different aspects of life. And you're very much welcome. Like you all already know it, my name is Wicom, and it's a wonderful podcast that it's not always a solo one man show. We always have wonderful, amazing people who will share ideas together and exchange ideas to making sure we have the most appropriate information possible. Today is that wonderful day, and I just want to send a big shout out to all of those of you who are connected right now. And where you're coming, just let us know where you're connecting from so we can give you a special shout out. You know, it's our tradition to actually give you one Sunday greetings because we love to celebrate you. We are in here because you're out there, and we know together we're going to have a very wonderful program today. Today, we're having a special topic. Is that complex topic which many people hardly talk about? Is that topic which many people shy away from? Is that topic which is not properly understood, interpreted, or explained? And we deemed it necessary to come together with other great minds that will be joining the live in a bit so that we could talk about this wonderful topic. And if you're coming in, you're very much welcome. No matter where you're coming in from, just let us know where you're commenting or where you're watching from so we can give you a special shout out. Like you already know, today is Mobilization Sunday. Mobilization means we are mobilizing everything. So those of you coming in, comment, share the live broadcast, share the live broadcast, share the live broadcast, and drop your mobile. That's the tradition. That's how we do it here. So as you're coming, just share the live broadcast, share on WhatsApp, share on Messenger, share on Facebook, share in your groups. Just keep sharing. When you share, you drop your momo. Those of you who are inviting friends, because we're actually going to give out countless numbers of giveaways. It's a tradition, and that's how we do it here. We're actually going to be giving out a whole lot of different giveaways. So those of you coming in, just keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing. When you share, you drop your momo. We're going to pick randomly, and when your people come in, let them know, let them indicate that you invited them. That's how we're going to know they are coming from you. Please, this is the broadcast, and I see some very, very, very wonderful, our wonderful audience that are always there. I see Akum Angel. It's happy Sunday, Mr. Welcome. Looking good today. Can't wait for today's show. Thank you so much, Akum Angel, and glad to have you on board. Please let us know where you're commenting from and where you're watching from so we can give you a special shout out. We have Ella Blink. Ella Blink says, good evening, sir, and welcome. Thank you so much, Ella Blink, and hope you're doing very well. And we have Chan Claudia da Silva, our very own Chan Claudia da Silva. Chan Claudia says, bless Sunday, boss. Bless Sunday, Claudia. Hope you're doing okay. Now let the sharing begin. I just want to send some random momos. Those who are present. Those who are present, just keep on sharing. Share on WhatsApp. Share on WhatsApp. As your people come, let them indicate. When they indicate, once, twice, thrice, you drop your mobile. And we're going to be doing it live. We're going to be doing it live. So keep sharing. We have amazing people backstage. We have wonderful people backstage. We have people that are going to actually have this conversation together with us. So you've got to be a part of this. Keep sharing, share in groups, share on WhatsApp, share on Facebook, share on Instagram, share on different platforms. And when they come, let us know that they are coming from you. For example, I was invited by this, or I'm here through this person. I was definitely going to give you your instant mobile. I know that's not a call, but definitely it's something that adds up. We have Boy Sticks Jasper, the one and only sound engineer of EM Studios. Shout out to you, Boy Sticks. Shout out to you. It says Naya Cup I want. Thank you. We will decide that one after. We have Elali Lenyoy. Elali Lenyoy, hope you're doing okay. Happy Sunday. This is Happy Sunday. This is a weekend. Hope you're doing okay and glad to have you. Please keep sharing. Oh, Jack Claudia da Silva says watching from Bamenda. Hope Bamenda is okay. I learned there's so much rain and there's so much cold these days in Bamenda. Hope Bamenda is okay and hope it's treating you well. You guys perfectly well. Oh, Boy Six Jasper says watching from Yaoundé 6. Now, while those of you are sharing, keep sharing, so we have a good number of people watching. I think it's time I'm going to bring in the first guest because sometimes we get these topics really going that we get short of time because it becomes so interesting and so educative at a certain point in time. Wow, thank you so much, Enio. That's the reality of where we are. All right, okay. I think I see um Binka Nyoyeni. Binka Nyoyeni, good evening. Hope you're doing okay. I will have to use this because Enio just made us understand that it is what it is. So we're going to manage with this for now. Thank God I'm using a laptop to actually broadcast this live show. All right, let's take this one. This is Cassie Poe. Good evening, sir. Happy Sunday. Invited by Ella Bling. All right, Ella Bling, drop your momo. Yeah, Ella Lillian, you see, and you're well done. That's part of what we are, and that's how it happens here in the nation's capital city. All right, no problem. I'm going to add up one very special person into the stage. Like it is always a conversation, and this conversation is always possible because we have wonderful people like this. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome your favorite coach, Bonita. Hi, Coach B. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Thank you. Thank you for bringing me on.
Wow.
Can you hear me?
You look all glowing today.
Thank you. I try. It's summer, so we try to look like the flowers outside and the sun.
Can you tell us your secret?
So, for those who follow us, you notice that we've been doing a postpartum challenge for postpartum women. And I think that this group of women have really been motivating each other, myself inclusive. So I wake up every morning looking forward to see them exercising, trying to get back in shape. And it's more of not just a physical muscle that they are building, but they are also building their mental muscles. They are doing positive affirmation. So I'm just a reflection of all the beautiful things that I've been learning from these women.
Wow, it's visible.
Thank you. I'll take it
It's
back to
visible.
them.
Wow. All right. Okay. We see Akum Angel. Wow, Coach B. I know she's been asking of Coach B in the editions where we don't have Coach B. We have this comments. Please bring in Coach B. Today we have Coach B. I'm sure you people are happy. We have yeah. Chan Claudia says, welcome, madam. I'm happy Sunday. You're looking good. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's evident now. Oh, thank you, and you. The lights are back. No. Part of being in this place where we are is things like this are unpredictable. Sometimes you're doing your good plan and definitely
I know.
So we have Ella Bling. Ella Bling says happy to be happy to be here, invited by Ella Bling. All right, okay, that's pretty Ella. We have Binka Nyoyeni, we have Steffi Oswo. Now, Coach B, today is that day where we sort of need to talk about this wonderful topic, and good to know you inspired it, and we want to talk about the submission, the whole concept of submission. Submission is one part of human living that is either not properly explained, either not properly interpreted, or either not properly implemented. Why is that not properly in it? Because if you look at it keenly, you will notice that a lot of people have a different conception about submission. It works for some, but for some, it doesn't work. And it is creating a lot of misunderstanding, problems, queries, and some people it goes smoothly with them. So I want to find out. I want us to start by defining the word submission. Coach B, what is submission?
All right. I'm happy that you brought up this topic, and because women are mostly affected when it comes to the word submission. And I want to first of all tell all the women out there that I'll be advocating for them as a woman. So submission to me is mutual respect for each other, like your yielding to someone else or yielding to someone else's advice. So submission is mostly contradicted to control. It's not control. It has the word mutual in it. So it's like a
Mhm.
mutual respect or mutually yielding to someone else's control or someone else's advice.
Yes. Right. Yielding to someone else's control or someone else's advice. Now, one of the is hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. One of the biggest challenges we have is the scripture that says, men, love your women, and women. Oh, the wonderful women. I want to give this big shout out to every woman watching us right now. And I want to say, women, you are special. Women, you are awesome. Women, you are life givers. Women, you are wonderful people. Now, let me continue. It says, women, submit to your husbands. And from
Yes.
time immemorial to today, that scripture is being used in most marriages, especially when there's a small misunderstanding. You will submit. You have to submit. You don't have to submit. Yes, submit. Submit. What do you think about this scripture, Coach B, and this whole concept behind women submitting?
I think that's a clear example of reading the Bible halfway, right? People go into the Bible and look for verses that align with their expectations, and they carry it like a billboard and they want to impose it on other people. I think the very first place in the Bible, or the very first book in the Bible where there is a hint of submission, is in the book of Genesis. If you look at when the Bible says when God interfered in the garden, or when God came into the Garden of Eden, when Adam and Eve had eaten the apple or eaten the fruit of life,
Mm-hmm.
God had made Eve that from now moving forward, you will be under this person.
Mm-hmm.
You will
Yeah.
be under this person. This person will be Lord over you. This person will take control of you, will take care of you. But now in the book of Ephesians, when the Bible talks about submitting to the man, what is it that, why are you submitting to the man? You're submitting to the man because the man loves you.
Mm-hmm.
So it describes the man loving the woman like Jesus Christ loves us unconditionally. So if you unconditionally love the woman, submission is automatic. You don't need to demand for it, it comes naturally. But when submission is required or maybe is asked for, that's when it becomes something. It's because maybe you're not playing your role and you expect the other person to play their role. The Bible clearly says that the husband should love the wife and then tells the wife to be submissive to the husband. So which one precedes the other? Loving the wife, and then before submission comes in. So we find people that go ahead asking for submission in the wrong places or at the wrong time. I think that's where the problem is.
Now you said you said something like I'm loving the woman unconditionally. Now, big shout out to those of you commenting and those inviting. Please keep inviting, keep sharing. Definitely, we're going to get through the comments and wire the momo. Now, let's come get back to the topic. You said submission comes when the man loves the woman unconditionally. Which one is the man supposed to love the woman, or is the woman supposed to submit? How can you love a woman that is not submissive? This is where the problem always comes in. How do you love a woman that is not submissive? Because if you have to wait, the woman is waiting for the man to love her so that she can submit. The man is waiting for the woman to submit so she can love her. At
No,
the end of the day, like how do we do this? How do we do this? How do we balance this up? Because it's a very this argument it's hardly resolved. Usually the two parties, some will just decide that okay, let's just allow it so that peace will reign. But in most cases, at the back of their mind, like this is not clear from my head. You understand? So this is why we're having this conversation today. You said, okay, which should come first? Which should come first? Because I know definitely from a male perspective, it is because of certain things that women do that prompts the man to actually love and value them. So it's submission.
Before a man is attracted to to a woman, is it because of her submissiveness?
Sorry?
Before a man is attracted to a woman, is it because of her submissiveness?
No, many things attract a man to a woman. Now, in cases where they don't know themselves, because of her physical appearance, maybe because of her personality, which is still centered around physical appearance, and in some cases where they know themselves, like friends who finally end up becoming lovers, you see a good quality in a woman. And in most cases, a man starts taking a woman serious when he sees certain qualities. Even those coming for the very first time, like, I like you, I want this, I do this, I do this, I want to get married. You cannot see somebody today, I want to get married to them or make a life with them. You need to actually see the person might have that person, the person might have that person, the image of that person you're looking for. But it is definitely the qualities that are definitely going to prompt you or push you to actually want to take them serious or invest your life. Investing your life in someone is a very big risk, because if it works fine, if it doesn't work, or what happens if it doesn't work, that's why you need to be very certain. Now, most of the time, it is that quality, the qualities that are visible in the woman that actually pushes the man to take him serious. What most men call love at first is admiration from the debut stage, from the beginning stage. I love you means I admire you. The love eventually grows when the person actually has some qualities that is gingering the man. They think it's sweetie for body. You see, and you see certain things the man doing some things without the lady asking. So that is how that is from a male perspective. I mean, 80 or 90% usually flows in that way. Yeah.
I agree with you. And that's what will maybe push the man to make a commitment to this woman, correct?
Oh, yes, definitely. Definitely.
Okay. So give me an example of submissiveness. What is it that can make you, maybe you're just in that first dating phase with a woman. What is it that will make you know that this woman is submissive?
Now, if this woman is a keen listener, if she tries to understand some of the points I give in, one, I mean me, I'm talking about me. And
Right.
number two, if she's not a troublesome all by myself kind of person. Yes, because you need to actually consider what I think. You need to actually consider how I feel. You need to actually consider my own emotion before doing certain things. And one of the sweetest, biggest, and smoothest way we see this is the alignment of this person in the vision you carry.
Exactly.
If she doesn't align, then definitely there's a vision for her, not your own vision.
Beautiful.
So that crowns it all. I think with those aspects, it crowns it all. If she aligns, she will respect you. If she aligns, she will listen. If she aligns, she will treat you right.
I agree.
Yeah.
So this is what I would say. If you remember, when you asked me the definition of submission, I used the word yield. Yielding to someone, the meaning this person is not asking you to be submissive to them. This person is not demanding any form of submission. Because of who this person is, because of who this person represents to you, because of this person's mannerism, because of this person's vision, you naturally yield to submission. And I'll take an example of submitting to my father. The reason why I can submit to my father is because one, he represents security to me. I feel safe. When I think of the fact that this man is my father, I feel safe. I know he can make the right decisions for me and my family. I know he will pay my school fees. I know if I am sick, he will take me to the hospital or he will provide finances for me to be taken care of. I know that if there is no food, he will provide food. Now, let's shift from a father to a partner. For me to be submissive to a partner or to a man that I consider my husband or my man, this man needs to be an epitome of respect. This man needs to love me. This man needs to make me feel safe, knowing that even if I'm not around, doing the right things even when I'm not around, doing the right things when he's not even being seen. Like behind the scenes, he will make the right choices for us. And even if he falls into temptation, he will be making the right choices. He will be keeping himself safe for the sake of the family and for the sake of the relationship. If that is happening, by default, there will be submission. Nobody, at no instance will this man be asking a woman to be submissive to him. If he understands that he is the leader, and that's why the Bible is still in the book of Ephesians says, love your wife the same way Jesus Christ loved the church.
Okay.
Loving the church, it's an unconditional love. It's not because someone asked him to love. Jesus just loved mankind. And that is the same way the man has to love his woman. And then that submission comes natural. It is just the same way we love Jesus Christ. We love him because of whom he represents. It's not because of any other thing that we think we could do for Jesus, but because of what he represents, the
Right.
love and respect and submission comes automatically. When you find a man demanding for submission, there's a gap somewhere. And that gap is coming from him in most cases. I'm not saying that there will be there are some women that have alpha mentalities that will want to take over or maybe be the one in control. But if the man was built as a man and understands that he is the leader and lives like the leader, living by example, by default, the woman in his life should be submissive to him.
Okay, awesome. This is awesome. We have Chef Daway in the building. Good evening, Chef.
Good evening, beautiful people. Good evening, Coach Bonita.
So glad to have you. So glad to have you. Now, those of you who are
beautiful viewers commenting, good evening.
Yeah, those of you who are
sharing.
Big shout out to you. I want to say shout out to Young Lee, Mommy Linda. Yeah, glad to have you. I know this is your domain, and definitely we'll be getting some
love before submission. It's love.
Yes, it says love before submission, and we have. She says, just as the man does the first move, he is the one to love unconditionally. It's very easy to submit when loved, but submit without love, it cannot go. Okay, now this is going to bring us to the next phase. Good enough. We have Chef Daway in the building. I want to find out something. Is submission a virtue, a quality in a woman, or it is something that she actually decides to give conditionally? Because you use the example of us submitting to Christ. Now, the truth is we submitted to Christ because we're educated to do so, not because we overlove the Christ. You see, we were educated. I was programmed.
The reason why we're using the Bible is that's the verse people use when they are demanding for submission. When you start demanding for submission, there's a gap. No man should ask for submission. They should naturally get it from their woman. It's a deserved thing, and it's something that you earn. You don't.
Yeah, that's why. Now I'm asking. This is my question: Is submission a value? Is submission a value that a good wife should have, or a good woman should have automatically, or is this something that is conditional and proportional to the man's love for her?
If Chef Daway wants to go, but let me answer as a woman, and then I'll hand it over to him. Naturally, every woman should be built with that nature of being submissive, not just to a man. But when I say submission means yielding to someone or yielding to someone else's advice. You take advice even from kids. So it's a part of humility, being submissive is some sort of being humble or being, it's not like you're being subordinate to someone. Some people misconstrue it to being subordinate. It's a mutual respect for someone else because of what that person represents, or who, like, it should be innate, built in every human being, and most especially women. So, but I'll hand it over to Chef Dawai.
All right, Chef, you're very much welcome. We have, oh, ladies and gentlemen, we have Mamacita in the building. Today, man didn't shiny. You people will give us a secret.
I think it's the same secret I told you. She's also benefiting from that.
Mamacita, glad to have you, Mamacita. How are you today?
Thank you. Hello, everybody. Hey, God, to be Chef Dawai.
Yeah, all of those who are asking Mamacita, Mamacita is here.
Mamacita. Welcome on board.
Now.
Yeah.
Oh, network. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I can hear you.
All right, Coach.
Like
Coach,
my
over
network
to
is
you.
behaving today.
I think I did hand over the mic to Chef Dawai.
Chef. Yeah.
All right. I mean, Chef Dawai.
Yeah,
Chef
give
Dawai.
the floor to me before Mamacita came on.
All right. Yeah, Chef Dawai. We're talking about something. Please,
Yeah,
can you narrow this down for
I'll
us?
just go straight to the
Understand
point.
it and
I'll just
the
go
whole
straight to the point. Shout out to all the viewers watching us right now, and a bigger shout out to those who are always consistent, like those who've had from day one. Yeah, so I'll just go straight to the point. I think submission is a two-way street. It's not only a thing for the woman, it's a thing for the man most especially. He is the leader. He should be the one to submit first. By submitting, it doesn't mean he's anyway weak. He's being a leader, right? Leading by example. The fact that he goes out in the morning to fend for the family, that's him submitting. The fact that he leads himself rightly, he doesn't drink to stupor. He takes good care of his kid, that's him submitting to the family. And one thing I really want to make straight is the fact that a woman or a man, you're not submitting to each other, you're submitting to the family. Because before you guys got together, you were individuals living separate life, different life, and you had different ambitions and aspirations and stuff like that. Now you're getting together. The first thing you have to do is to define what you want to have as a family, right? So when you have that, you both have to submit to the family. Yes. We're talking about the Bible saying women should be submissive and men should love their women unconditionally. Just that alone is the guys. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I can hear you now.
Wanna hear me?
Yeah. I think the network is not balanced.
Yes. So for a man to love a woman unconditionally, that's him submitting. That's how men submit. And women submit by respecting men, because that's one thing men need most. We don't need love. We have a lot of it to give to women. All we demand, all want in return is respect. And it's never advisable to respect someone who doesn't respect himself. That's why I open up by saying submission is a thing for a man to submit, show leadership, and but you're not just to submit to any woman as a man, right? You're not just to submit to anything. You need to know who you're submitting to, because we know the world has advanced and people have different ideologies and stuff like that. So prior to even getting into a relationship, it's always important to have a deep conversation, to understand the woman, and for the woman to understand the man. And once that is done, yeah, you both can
All right, this
go
is
on with it. That's it.
all right. This is sweet. I think this thing is I see the smiles on the faces of the women. Before we get Mama Sita's point of view, now let's welcome, ladies and gentlemen, another person you all love so much. I know a lot of you, especially the women, when you hear this particular person, you're like, yes, thank God, thank God. Let's welcome Ambassador. Hi, Ambassador. I'm glad to have you aboard.
Mr. Ambassador, bienvenue. Bienvenue.
What is wrong with you and Chef? You don't have. I can't see you guys very well. That's where you guys are.
It's so dark.
It's my light setting. I just want this setting. I just want this.
Oh, okay.
All right. Now, Mama
So
Sita.
you guys are going to just accept.
I know Ambassador always have so much to say. Let me just say something.
Make sure you
All right,
get the
all
best
right.
today.
All right. Okay, Mama Sita, you can say something.
So
while we
I
talk.
think that you guys accept me like that today.
All right. Okay, no problem,
No
Ambassador.
problem.
Ambassador, welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much, brother.
Yeah, and at least it should be ambassador. I know, right? I know. All right, now, Mama Sita, over to you. What do you think about this whole concept of submission?
Okay, to me, when you say submission, it's like one person maybe respect. I go more with respect. When you respect someone, you're submitting to that person. You accept what the person is saying. You guys work together. You submit to each other, just as Chef earlier said. It goes both ways. You don't expect me to submit while you go around messing around. No. So, and you said something before you get in a relationship with somebody. You people start on you start on the right foot. You start happily, meaning there's submission, there's respect between you two. You start the relationship before you get into marriage. I don't believe nowadays you just get married without maybe knowing the person a little bit. So so before you start dating, you see that okay, this person is right for me. This is the type of lady I want. So at one point, if you see that something is not adding up, if there's no submission, that before you say something, she has said maybe 5, or before she said something, he has said 10. There's argument. No, there's something is wrong. So we're trying to find out what happened. So with that, you know that the submission is no more than like for ladies. When ladies see that a man is not what they used to know, you see that the submission reduces. It's not as it used to be when you met the person. So submission always comes with respect. It's not like, because our own African mentality is like, even the man is doing what? If the man is beating me, the man is doing what to me, I should just respect the person. No, it will be both ways. Respect me and respect me. And for ladies, I know you have to really respect your husband to gain that love that Coach B was saying. Respect comes with love and respect. Submission comes with love and respect. All of this works together. So when one is lacking, you see that the foundation is shaky. So when you have all these three, you see that the home will be happy. The mother will be happy. The kids will be happy. I know when things start getting shaky, that the kids suffer. So when there's no submission, and you know our kids learn from us. So women, when we submit, our kids see what we do. And men, when you respect your woman, all this balances up, and it makes the family a happy place. So submit, respect, and love.
All right.
When this is submission. Yes. Just the three goes together.
Okay. All right. That's awesome. That's awesome. Respect, love, submission. Now, Ambassador, you have the floor. Please let us know what you think about the whole concept of submission.
Thank you very much. And once more, good evening. Greetings to the beautiful ladies in the house, and greetings to the lovers of this great platform. This is an interesting topic, and I said I should carve out some few minutes to make my own humble opinion about this. Because we are here to change lives, we are here to give our contribution, hoping that it's going to inspire somebody to be a better person. Because if the society is, is well cultured and, the family settings is good, we're going to have a better society for everybody.
Right.
And that is why I tell you guys, this platform is one of the greatest we have in Cameroon and probably one of the best in Africa. You guys are doing a great job. And I continue to urge you guys to carry on with programs like this, hoping that young people are going to join to be able to learn from our little experience that we have. It's an interesting topic, and when I see topics like this, I always like to chip in my little contribution. The first is that we talk about submission, like the lady was saying.
Yes.
One of the thing about relationship is that relationship and family is very easy. I've always said, if biblical principles about marriage is respected, there will be peace, there will be harmony, and everything will be very clear. The problem is, we know what the Bible says, which is like the roadmap, for what guide all of us, but yet we choose to go our own way. You see, when it comes to relationship, union, the Bible has made it very clear. Everybody has a role to play. It says a woman should recognize that the man is the head. Not only the head, he is the oga kwata kwata. I'm not the one that said it. It is God that said it. He is the oga kwata kwata. And then it gives a woman's role to play. It says that you must be submissive. You must toe the line. Now, this is the point. The point is, before you get married to somebody, you as a lady must understand certain key principles. Is this a man I want to submit under? You must be willing to submit under a man before you accept to get engaged with him. And for you to accept to engage with him, you must have studied him, his decision-making ability. You must have understood his cultural background. You must have understood his religious principles. You must have known, what the core value that he sees in life. You don't just jump into it. After you must have seen this man, you said, yes, this is my king, and unto him I submit my loyalty. If these principles are respected, there will be no problem. The problem is, the Bible also gives the man a role. Love your wife as Christ loves the church.
Yes.
You must love your wife. And that is why I have repeated here in this platform, I said, no man marries a woman he does not love. I have said this repeatedly. Some people might argue, no man marries a woman he does not love, except in a case where the woman is financially rich than the man. Then we can have some doubt. But a man who is financially comfortable, has a job, a stable job, have his income, getting married to a girl that has nothing, there is no way the girl can say that man does not love me. It's a lie. He loves you. Despite all the women that he knows, he chooses you. He might change in due course, yes, but the problem is what prompted those changes. Now, when you choose to submit under a man and you go into a relationship with that man and become an opposition party, When he says one, you say the contrary. When he says you are always taking the opposite direction. You are always ready to challenge him. You are always, the mama said, "You never hear for me." So they ever do one thing then. Well, I talk my own thing they ever hear. This is always the problem. You must also know that your role is to be submissive. It means that if he says, "Let us jump into the lagoon," you have to jump. You choose him. That is what the Bible says. You must submit and submit completely. Now, a wise woman that is living with a man or that is in a relationship with a man will be able to know when to talk to that man. Every man has a weak point and every man has a good moment. Most of the time that men resist advice from women is not because the advice is bad. Naturally, women are more intelligent than men. I've always said this. But the problem is the way they pass their message. Sometimes the way you talk to a man will make the man to resist you. Not because what you are saying is wrong, but the manner in which you are transmitting that information will bring out the beast in him. Now, so the man day, I never told you here. Now, so make him go lost money last time. Now, so you day, oh, I think I can enter. You are already antagonizing the situation. But if you know that this man like this, most of the time, when I touch his ear, he has peace. When I touch his chin, he feels comfortable. You can be touching his chin and you say, "Baby, see, I know the decision about the child that you said we should send this child to PSS Mancon. But honestly, baby, I agree with you wholeheartedly because you are my husband. But baby, you know that there is war in Bamenda. We can't afford to lose it. I'm begging you. I'm not insisting that you should change that. I'm just giving my only 2 contribution. Just do it for your baby now, please. Out of 100 men, 99 will buy your idea. A man can give you his mother head, the head of his mother, if only you know how to tune him. The problem is women want men to understand them. No, you are the one to understand the man, not the other way around, because he is your boss. That is what the Bible says. He is the master. Most women who find peace in relationship, most women who have everything that they want are women that are submissive in the union. When you become an opposition party in a relationship, you always choose to go the opposite direction. When he says left, you say right. I know people who call their wife opposition party. That is not a union. It is a battleground.
Yeah.
It is a battleground. And like I've always said, the principles of a good relationship has always and will always be love. Like I told you here, and some people are used to argue. This is a well analysis I will make. That some people might not agree, but I will say it. When a woman truly loves you, she finds it very difficult to argue with you. If you see when a woman loves you, she always tends to believe everything that you tell her. That is one sign to know that a woman loves you. That is why they say love is blind. Women may argue it. They might say, no, it's not true. It's not. It's no. It's a lie. When a woman truly loves you, she will defend you. No, don't mind her. Poor Joe Desoe. Now, always been a very nice man. No, don't. Despite this, she would, no matter what the world sees, she will see you differently. Yeah. Even when the boat is sinking, she will not see. That is because she truly loves you. And unfortunately, the problem stems from the fact that women only get married to people that are available for marriage. 99%. Not people that they love. Many women don't marry people that they love. They only get married to people that are available for marriage at that time. And they will get married to those people. That is why when she gets married and the realities of marriage hits her, unconsciously, most of them will become rebellion without knowing. When you tell her that my wife has changed, I don't change with it. It's I don't change. The man is telling you that you have changed. You are the one telling him that he has changed. No, madam. He is the one who got married to you. You have changed. you are no longer the same, because initially the principles that keep a union, which is love, is not there. Everything that women tell you outside today, that they say, oh, he's not satisfying me, and he's not doing this. All of those things are based on love. When a woman loves you, whether you no matter what, you will satisfy. Just sitting beside you, she's comfortable. This is the deep truth that most men don't know. If you are lucky enough to marry a woman that is blindly in love with you, you will live like a king to the day you die.
Oh.
The problem is, men also are not patient enough to be able to see that woman that truly loves them. They go for buttocks and breasts. And by the time they get married to buttocks and breasts, and the reality hits them, they start saying that women are bad. Take your time to do your scouting. It should not be based on look. It should not be based on ethnicity. It should be based on the character of that person, the upbringing of that person, and the genuine love that that person has for you. Again, I will repeat, true love has nothing to do with material. If you think that you can seduce a woman with material, with birthday parties, with iPhone, with this, it is an exercise of futility. Love, when it's real, has got nothing to do with material. Proof. When a woman loves you, even if she's sleeping on the floor and has nothing to eat, she will still come to your house with jollof rice. To identify true love is not difficult. A woman, when she loves for real. Everything we are talking here, and we are focusing about a woman, people should not think that we are biased. The problem is, for the society and a family to function well, women are the catalyst and they play a key role. Like I said in the last episode, we must go back to the drawing board to be able to help our young daughters to grow up. Often, I have said, girls that live in a house where their mothers are arrogant to their father end up being arrogant to their husband. Children that see boys that sees their father beating their mother end up beating their wife, because charity begins at home. So therefore, I used to tell my friends sometimes, I say, if you want to get a good wife, study the mother. A woman that grows in a home where the mother respects the father. Hey, una not keep with a papa chop. I beg una put my master chop first. They see it, and they will do the same to their husband. That is why, if you notice, women that cherish marriage are women that grew up in family settings. When a girl child grows up with a single mother, she hears what the mother says. I beg, men has come, useless thing then. You are saying that, and your daughter is listening. You are implanting danger into her. You understand?
Yeah.
You are telling her not to grow up and respect a man. So these are some things that we must understand. The way you bring up a girl child is very important. Mind what you say in front of your daughter. Mind what you say, because they copy those things. She might be 4 years, she might be 5 years, but she is smart enough to know. You cannot sit in front of your daughter and you are saying, man picking there, you don't even trust them. Man picking there. You are talking negative about men. But there are men sending women to school. There are men buying women houses. There are men doing things for women. There are men building houses for their in-laws, and so on and so forth. Every day you are complaining, yet men are doing glorious things to women that are humble. This is the reality we must say. And coming on the part of a man, I will just say one thing which is simple. You are the head of the family. The day you get married, you must prepare your mind to know that once it's not going, you are jumping out of the boat. You must have that behind your mind. When it's not working, the day she changes, the day she crosses your red line, jump out of the boat. So that it don't get into a level where people have to kill themselves. Divorce is not a taboo, it is an option.
Yeah.
So our family settings, especially in Africa, we must do our best to educate children as they grow up. You must know. I used to see my father go to Tico, buy my mother loin boy wrapper when they sell their coffee and cocoa. I used to see those things. No, I used to see those things. And my mother would tell us, not talk for my master so. Not talk for my not talk for your papa so. But there are women who will tell you, your papa, are useless, but I don't go dreaming but drunk. I beg. No, papa, no. You will carry on drunk or money don't finish. When you are telling the children like this, and you are painting the man you claim he's your man in front of the children you have with him, what do you expect that those children will become in future? Of course, they will become rebellious. Of course, they will do the same thing that you are doing. Children copy easily. So therefore, my little contribution for today on this little angle is that we should try our best to follow the biblical principle. Everybody should take his role. There will be peace, there will be love, there will be harmony, and there will be tranquility. I raise my case.
All right, thank you so much. I must say he deserves this.
Yeah. Something. Let me give an example. What one guy said. So one guy said he's from a family where he saw the father cheating, and he's going to cheat, and he knows his son, who is just 4 years old, is going to cheat. So I get all this is because he saw what the father was doing, and he believed it's okay. Now he went and got married to a lady, but he was sincere with the guy. With the lady. He said, "See, I'm not a one woman person. I will go after other women." Then the wife said, "No, you love me. I know you're going to change when you get married to me." And that's one of the problems we have. That when you get married to somebody before you change the person. Now they got married, the person did not stay with the. Oh, he left. Yeah, so he got married to the lady. They had two kids, a boy and a girl.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime the man cheats, the girl will take all the kids and go to her mother's house.
Mm-hmm.
So the man was like, he was seeking for advice. He said, "See, I told this lady from the beginning that I will never be faithful to her. And I know my son will never be faithful to her. I'll teach my son to do the same thing I'm doing. And I'll teach my daughter, because he has a girl and a boy. I'll teach my daughter how to accept heartbreak. Know that men will always cheat on you." So I'm like, in this type of background, you're already grooming your kids to know that, yes, this is what you're going to get, which is not nice. And for ladies, not a married person who thinks you're going to change a person, but I don't think you ever change someone when he comes to the truth.
Yeah.
So with that, there will never be like submission. There will never be submission in our marriage, because it's always going to be gas balls in the house, query and this, and all your kids are seeing. Now you're saying you teach your son, your son will cheat, and you teach your daughter to accept cheating. What kind of a life is that? Your son is just 4 years and your daughter is 6 years, and you're already grooming them for that. That's not what we want for our kids.
Right.
No.
Yeah, all right, that's awesome. That's awesome, because definitely the parents are the first teachers to the kids. Coach
Exactly.
B, do you have anything to react regards to what
Ambassador just spoke and left? I had to differ on the point of us getting divorced. Like divorce, actually it's not a taboo, but if you see the reason why we have to go back to the way Africa used to be, we had this harmonious family life with little or no divorce rate.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So that explains why we have to go back to our roots, to know how our parents used to do things. Like he made a valid point. Like you look at a mother and you can tell. You could tell. Let me use it in that way. You could tell the behavior pattern of the daughter. But today is different. Our mothers were raised differently. If you look at a mother and you want to use that as a yardstick in judging her daughter, you failed vehemently. You failed. Because today, not only parents do raise kids, the whole neighborhood, the teachers, friends, you have a whole lot of different people raising kids for you. And the people who do the most these days are actually friends. Um, you realize a girl is coming from a very well-to-do family with good principles and standards, but the moment she goes into a boarding school and meet with friends, and the story becomes a different thing altogether. So a whole lot is playing behind the scene. Today, you cannot just look at a mother. Okay, this is a good mother, and you want to use that as a yardstick in making judgment as to having a relationship or getting married to the daughter. You've already missed it. I'm telling you, like seriously, you've missed it. They learn from movies, especially Nigerian movies. We know Nigerian movies did shape a whole, has done a lot. So when we're talking Gen Z, the African Gen Z, West Africa, Cameroon, Nigeria, and other parts of Africa, Nigerian movies raise these kids. So they just want to be like the stars, like the people they see on the cinema. They don't want to copy anything good. So if you really want to, you want a good wife or a good partner, it's like I said, it's a two-way street. Get the bad ones. If you're fortunate to meet a good person, yes, that's your blessing from God. But if you're getting a bad person and the person is willing to change on their own, because there's no way for you to change a leopard spot. You cannot change a leopard spot. So it's definitely for the leopard to do the job. You can just be like a guide, a leader to point them in the direction you think is good. And that's all you need to do. And you observe. You observe. So if we stick like, okay, we are only looking.
Oh, the network is very, very interesting in this part of Africa.
Ah,
So
come on.
interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, Chef
so
Dawei,
you look for someone, because two can definitely not move together, cannot work together if they don't agree. Look for someone, no matter how bad they have been in their past, if they are willing to write and make their future right, and they understand where you, like your life mission is all about, they understand you, that's it. You get down with them. Yeah.
Network.
no, let's just take some few comments. This one says, Elale Lenyoy. I want to say welcome to Miles. I want to say welcome to Bambot Harriet, Oga Madam. I want to say welcome to everybody who's joining. Please, when you come in, you join, you come in, you join, you share, you join, you share, you join, you share. Chia Berenetta, I see you. He says, yes, Ambassador, personally, I don't like it when people generalize that men has come, women are bad, etc. One thing I always tell myself is, if I can be honest, committed, if can love genuinely, etc., then there is someone out there who also wants the same things like me. It's a waste of time. I'm focusing on a bad experience. We are like mirrors. That's a simple truth. You attract who you are, not what you want. We have Chankla say, yes, parents are the best teachers. This one says, you're making a point, Chef Dawei. I know of some few people with a terrible background. Likewise, some people with questionable character. But having a good parenting background, all right. Now, Chef Dawei, I think you can write on. I'm sure your connection is much more better.
Connection because I think so.
No, I think he was. Yeah, he spoke and he was done.
Connection.
No,
Part of being a
So,
All
but
right,
if
okay.
I could react to what Ambassador said, I did agree with so many things he said. But there's an example he made, which I feel like that's where rebellion starts. So he talked about men being leaders. I think in as much as we require mothers to train their girl child, I think the fathers need to do a great job modeling that leadership role to their sons or to the sons too, so that
Yeah.
we're not grooming only one-sided human beings. So a leader will meet a seasoned, well-trained woman, and they would learn and make a good family. So he
Yeah.
said something about if your husband asks you to jump into a lagoon, you need to
Uh,
jump because
yeah.
he's the leader or
No.
whatever. No, I would say
No.
no. That's where
No.
rebellion starts. Because the
No.
first
I
thing, the
don't
woman,
agree on
yeah, if you did get married to an intelligent woman, which he said women are very intelligent, the woman will be able to point to that man. And given that submission is mutual, we know we
Yeah.
love each other, we respect each other, we can yield, we can support each other, we can advise each other. Meaning, if you can see this thing is blue, I can take another second look to it to be able to tell you this is not blue. This is not blue. And you should be able to believe my judgment too. And manner of approach to what Ambassador said is very important. And I think that's one thing also we need to train women to be able to talk to their husbands when they can hear them. Because most women talk when the man cannot hear you. When I say talk when the man cannot hear you, is talking in a very escalated tone. You're not shouting. That man is not a child. That it's a full-grown man that so that humbles you. Like when you are a woman under a man, or a man marries you, then that man becomes your king, your leader. But there are times when that man will ask you to jump into the lagoon, and you'll be able to point it, hey babe, that is a lagoon. There could be poisonous snakes in there. And if we jump in there, we're going to die. And whatever we're trying to build will be destroyed. And the way you would tell that man will make the man hear you. But if you start by saying, you decrease your head, you want more jump inside lagoon, you know the season a lagoon that no man will hear you. No man will hear you when you say that. You started by saying you decrease your head. It means this man is stupid. But instead, playing the role of a helper, I am seeing something else, babe. And this is what I'm seeing. Please let's judge it in a different way. Let's make another choice. And I think most women, especially women that understand that they should be respectful. I don't know, most men take submission to be control, but you don't need to control your wife. You need to assume your role as a leader, and that woman will follow suit. If this woman doesn't follow suit, then that is a woman that doesn't understand what respecting their spouses is. But if you respect yourself, to Chapter Wise point, respecting yourself is very important. You don't go out there, anything in skirts, you jump on it. You come back every day disgracing this woman. People are at your door every day asking for their money you're owing them. Every business partner you have, you disgrace yourself with them. Your kids go to school and they are being sent back, no school fees. Your wife doesn't, all of that, because of all of that, some women revolt. And I think we talked about this, Chef Dawal, last time. We said there are some men that have abandoned their role and have given over their role to the woman. And when that woman assumes the role, who now becomes the one to be submissive?
The man has to.
There you go. So take up your role. It's your role. Nobody is
Most of
wrestling.
the time, the men abandon their role.
Yes, so many men have abandoned their role. And to the women out there, trust me, when you shout, no man will hear you. I don't care if that man is a cripple, he will not hear you. And to Ambassador's point, you need to touch him in that sweet spot. You need to wait for him to be calm enough for you to talk to him. It doesn't hurt for this man to rant for hours, and then when he's calm, you have a conversation with him. People just jump into shouting and shouting. At the end of the day, you're raising toxic kids. And that's why I agree with Ambassador that divorce should be an option, because rather than live in a home with two animals who are fighting each other every day, and they raise kids that see that two people living together are animals, they keep fighting, they grow up with that toxicity and they get into another relationship and you see it becomes a behavior pattern. And they'll say it's a generational curse. No, it's something they saw as they were growing up and they think it's normal to wrestle with your partner. It's not normal. You should be, your partner is your companion. It's your friend. It's someone you love. It's someone you should always maybe be kind to and be nice to, not always fighting. And that's what we've seen. And I don't have anything against single women. And I want to be very respectful when I talk about single women. I know that in 100 single women, none of them chose to be a single woman. They are single women by circumstance, not because they chose to be single women. Yes, so that's one thing he mentioned that I also wanted to address. Let's not think that all single women do not raise kids well. I've seen
they were not submissive to their husband.
Yeah, I've seen very seasoned kids that came out of single parent homes.
All right, we're talking about the bitter single parents.
Yeah.
Now
there's nothing good coming out from them, or they can never raise any kid right. Yeah,
the one single parent. I didn't get you.
Bitter one.
Bitter. Yeah, bitter.
I think most single parents, be the man or the woman, there's some sort of bitterness in them, frustration. I'll not call it
bitterness in you and deal with it. Don't transfer that to the kid. Don't transfer that to the kid by telling them men has come, women are bad.
Oh yeah, don't say that in front of the kid.
Yeah, you've had a single bad experience with an individual. Now you generalize and bring it in front of everyone. On that point,
really empathize with these people, Chef Dawai, because there's a way you can use that as a teaching opportunity. For example, if you made the wrong choice, Ambassador talked about making sure, again, I don't know how long you can study someone to know them because people hide their real characters.
You can know someone just by the time frame you date them.
Yes. So sometimes we cannot blame people for judging people the wrong way because there are some people that hide their real identity and you think this is the heaven-made partner for me, and you jump into it. Before you know it, you jump into your death sentence. So what I'm saying is, some of these people can be disappointed. They are still hurting, and because they are hurting, they are exhibiting some of these things that we mentioned. They are transferring maybe some bitterness into their children, and they take it as, or literally. So I think that there's a way you can use that experience to educate your child. This was the poor choice I made. This is how I made judgment. As you're growing up, by the time you're a teenager or by the time you're ready to date, be careful with these kinds of people. Judge this character differently and all of that. I think that should be what we should put out there, rather than, again, these people are dealing with emotions and people deal with emotions in different ways.
All right. Now, this is what I wanted to say. Coach B, you said something like people get, some women get single because of circumstance. That is true. And now let's talk about the other women. See, it becomes very catastrophic to be doing something that is wrong or something that's not working, and yet to think that it is what is working. And I must say, this is one of the major reasons why relationships in these days don't exist, don't last, and it's not a joyful experience. You see very happy pictures with few happy couples. Smiling, couple goes.
Do that again.
All of a sudden, the smiles are just a picture. They just put this, they just wear the smiles on. Genuinely, the happiness isn't there. And when the happiness is not there, it's because some expectations are not met. The man is looking forward to this kind of woman, and the woman is looking forward to this kind of man. And if you look at it keenly, if we say so there are certain things that women can do that will definitely turn off most men. I'll put the word most in quotes, because we live in a multicultural world. What Chinese people do is not the same thing Americans do. What Europeans do is not the same thing Germans do. What Japanese, the way they live their life, their belief system, and the way they have coined their society is not the same way. So we have this problem of people borrowing part of the cultures that suit them, especially maybe say people will go and borrow part of the Western culture. The American system of marriage is not the best. Hello, the American system of marriage is not the best. The Western people, a lot of them, they get married today. After 2 months, they are talking about divorce. I'm not. You see, they are the greatest. They have.
I don't agree with you. It depends on the individual. You can get married today because you don't like the divorce. Yeah.
But on a generic point of view, they have very high rates of divorce. On a generic,
it's because it's on the news.
Yeah.
It's because it's on the news.
So
see, what I'm seeing with these people here is that they don't pretend like we Africans do. You stay with your partner in their house for years. You don't talk to the person. American people prefer to divorce you so that you can live your life and then instead of staying in the house without talking, fighting, and all of that. We Africans we try to like stay in the marriage that we know will never work. Yes. Like I know somebody who did that.
2% divorce rate in America.
Sorry? No.
Yeah, the divorce rate in America is 42%.
42%. Now, related to African countries, is that much or is that small?
The data in Africa is not reflected anywhere.
It's based on percentage because some of us in Africa were divorced but still living in the same house. It's not on paper, but we were divorced but still living in the same house. It's not like here that you want to just get it over with and live your life.
Now, all right. This is the point. This is the point where I'm driving at. Let me make the point clear so that we understand it. Now, first and foremost, the way Africans structure the life system, the mode of life here, it has its own pattern. Mm-hmm. For example, polygamy is something that is permitted here, but in some countries in the Western world is not permitted. For example, an African man takes sole responsibility in some communities. In fact, it's in recent times that women are beginning to step up. I mean, recent times, I'm talking about the 90s, even the 80s. That women are beginning to step up since the coming of the woman emancipation and women getting into governance and doing other activities. They are beginning to do other things to step up to assist. Now, it becomes an error, a fallacy, or a problem when a woman say, I have a right as a man, I have a right as a man, we are both humans living in the same house and all whatnot. But when it comes to the point of paying the bills, you say you are the man. You know, that's one example. Because some of them take the part of these cultures, these borrowed cultures that favors them, and mix it with the one of Africa. So it's just a melange and a confusion. And in the minds of a lot of men, they know I want this thing. Every man knows what he wants. A man knows exactly what that. I'll not say somebody should say you must go for this kind of person. No, every man knows the kind of woman he wants. He knows the quality of the woman he wants based on their character, based on their belief system, based on their moral values, and based on what they see as a wife and a family. So it becomes problematic if we have a good number of people practicing something, looking at the submission part. Now, the new trend of the whole concept of woman submitting to man is gradually moving from a woman being submissive to an independent woman. Who is an independent woman? You see? So those are the kind of concepts which you see if many people practice, is definitely going to land a lot of women into celibacy. Because why do I say so? Sorry, women, but I have to say this outright. I know a lot of women that are independent, and if you look at one characteristics of independent women is they find it difficult to submit to a man. You see, and most men too will not like to have a woman that cannot submit to them. When the women begin to man up and take certain positions and take certain responsibilities, I don't think they will need a man. They will rather need a woman.
That's why you make a mistake as a man. Define what you want. Then you look deep into her and know who she is. If she's an independent woman, that's the exact reason I had to let go of a woman I deeply love. I still miss her, yes, but she had no time for what I'm building. She is all about her career and who she wants to be tomorrow and stuff like that. So me, I know who I want to speak with, right? Yeah, we have to build together. It's a family we are building together. I must not have separate properties and you have separate things. Everything we have
Yes.
must come together as one, and we know we're building for the family. And she was there, like, okay, my career. So define what you want. If you
Because
want,
chef,
if you
this
want a bitch, if you want a bitch, you go for her. If you want a slave queen, you go for her. If you want an independent woman, you go for her. The word woman is an umbrella word. The word
Mhm.
woman is an umbrella word. Yeah, under that particular word, you have the sub categories. You have bitches, you have wives, you have independent women, you have slave queens, you have Jay-Z baddies, you have Barbies, you have what not. So you should be the one to define what you want.
Yeah.
Don't
Right.
go and start crying. That's what our parents did, and they did not have this the number
See,
of divorce
all
rate
right.
we
Now
have
let, let,
today.
me- let
I
me go
agree
to
with you.
They
Let
went.
me see, I agree with you, but the thing is, but when you think you've gotten the person you want, when you start seeing changes when you start living together. You know, it's always sweet when you guys live apart. There's always like 100% submission when you like you go visit maybe her or him once in a week or twice in a week. There's complete submission. But when you guys, for some people, when they start living together, you start saying, "Oh, I didn't know you were like this. I didn't know you were like that. Ah, don't do this, don't do that." That's where you start seeing all these problems coming up. So you can
yes.
still define the
Yeah,
person you want. You go
you
for the
know,
person
you know,
until when the
there are
reality.
things, you cannot avoid. There are things you cannot avoid. Everyone, no one is perfect. No one is perfect.
Right.
And while you're living under the same roof with people, right, you get to see things you could not see from that distance. But you should be able to have this standard, like the basics that, okay, if she's like this, if he's like this, okay, if she's for me, if she's willing to build a family with me, right, irrespective of what, just that, like, okay, I'm well to do, I'm hardworking, and I have a lot to offer humanity and the world. So if she aligns with my purpose, and we get at home, and somehow I realize maybe she has bad temper, I'll look for to deal with that. So long as she's already there and we are building together, she trains my kids well, and she's playing her role. And if she's lacking in one or two areas, that will not be so much of a problem to me.
Now,
You understand?
chef, I think we are going a little bit further. This is where my
Yes.
point was driving at. I want to hit the ball. I want to hit the ball. Like I want to hit it where it's supposed to be hit. See, we have already gone to the level. This is from a male perspective. Let's look at the young
Yeah.
girl child of 16, 8, from 8 to 16 years that is growing up. This girl child, are they supposed to be groomed to be submissive women, or they are supposed to be groomed to be independent women before even going to meet a man that a man wants this, that? The truth is, a lot of these women definitely know what the man wants, and that is what they will give from the start. They will pump the good attitude, they will pump the affection, they know these things very well. Only to get into a situation, you start seeing, when you're already in the middle of the thing, you start seeing other experiences. Now, I want us to go from the foundation itself. Should the women be trained? Because I know a lot of these problems came in with the emancipation of the woman, with the 50-50 kind of mindset. When women started doing certain things, automatically reduce the respect some of them had for the men that were doing the things previously. For example, a woman is living, you grow up in a society where you see just men doing things. I don't know, can you people hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
Can you?
you're
Yeah.
frozen,
You
but
grow
we
up in
can
a
hear
You're
you.
society
okay.
where a man is the ultimate. All your own is to stay at home, cook food, maybe do one or two things, raise children, and you definitely leave that small village and travel to a city where you definitely get educated and get a job. Finally, the man that was providing shelter, you now earn money that you can provide shelter for yourself. The man that was doing certain things financially and other things, and you finally find yourself in that position where you can do it without the man, and definitely you start seeing the man develop. That's where the genesis of this thing. That's what it springs up from around there. And it has a lot to do with how the children are brought up. Because should the girl child be trained to be submissive, or should the girl child be trained to be independent? Being an independent woman comes with other things. One gospel truth which I'm going to say here is, if you see like somebody that's independent, somebody that takes decision for themselves, somebody that is like the kind of like that alpha independent woman, most men come beside them. If you look at those that have some money, some men will just submit. This is a format. Some men will just use about 2 years or 3 years of their life to submit and get what they want. When the man finally gets things, be it a pay, be it pass, be it money, be it some certain things, you will finally be on your own. And this for African perspective, because I know Western men have a different way of seeing things. So I wouldn't globalize the men. For most African men, let me put it that way. And now we are in Africa. We are in Africa. The women we are, in fact, most people watching here are Africans from different African cultures. We'll begin to borrow some of those concepts and implement it. You will see that it begins to create a lot of problems in the homes. I might talk of something of women actually being able to channel what they think in a nice, soft way. Most men want a soft woman. Most men want somebody that there's a way. You see, every man can listen to a woman. It just depends on how you coin it. How was Adam able to converse with? How was Eve able to communicate with the serpent? How was Eve able to convince Adam above the will of God? It's a special gift that women have to actually captivate and in a charismatic manner lure men to do some certain things. That's why if you have hold of a woman in a house, you can definitely actually destabilize a lot of things in that house if the woman is smart enough. But when the woman becomes an independent alpha, how can we cope with this? And we should look at it from the foundation. I come back to the question, should we groom the girl children? We have junior ones watching. We have children that are growing. My network is horrible. Should they be groomed as independent women, or should they be groomed as submissive women? This is a question I'm throwing out. I don't know, Coach B, you have something to say on this? And then we might get Chef as well.
I don't think anybody should be groomed to be submissive or groomed to be independent. It's a default human behavior. You should be able to yield to people who are exemplary to you, people who assume the role of leadership in your life, people that you believe and trust them. If I don't trust you and you give me advice, I'm not going to take the advice. If you're not a leader to me, I cannot follow you. And if you're always making wrong choices, I cannot follow your choices. So it's by default. It's not like somebody needs to groom you to be that way. And I think we do have a negative connotation to independence. Independence is the opposite of dependence. And when a woman is totally dependent on a man, it's extra pressure on that man. The woman was created to be a helper. So even if you're making more money than your husband, it's still your husband. You're being a helper to that family. You're not taking total control of the family. So any woman who has become independent, meaning that this woman has a job and can fend for herself, can fend for her family, and is using it the wrong way or using that independence to control her husband. Even in poverty, that woman had that character. It's just that they could not see that character. Any bad person is a bad person. But there's this saying that if you want to see my true character, give the person money. So when these people have the money now, the bad character now, it reveals itself. It's not like these women were too good, or they did not have this character when they were poor. It's part of their character. Any woman that becomes rich, starts making money more than her husband, and controlling that man, is because she had that controlling attitude in her before. And it could be some of them are doing this in a very vindictive way, because probably when the man was in control, they were treated like subordinates, and some of them they are revolting, and they use it against the man. I'm not recommending that at all. If you can make more money than your husband, you should be supporting your husband and your family, not controlling your husband. That's my recommendation. I don't think I support the fact that women who can make money, have an independent career, have a good job, can provide for their families, should now sit on top of the man. No, they should still be companions. You should still be able to support that man to probably get on his feet. Maybe it's just a season for him to learn, or maybe he just lost his job and all of that. It shouldn't be an alibi to control your husband. I don't think that's the right approach. And emancipation wasn't, again, we used it the wrong way. We for Africa, any small way can be taken the wrong way. Emancipation is just a way of empowering a woman to be able to support their family. It's not to empower them to take control over their family. It's for them to support their family. And if women are taking it the wrong way, again, there are always a few that understand what it means. So, yeah.
All right. Now, Chef, I don't know. You had something to say, Chef Dawe?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Would they hear you 5 on 5?
Okay.
Oh, that dog is beautiful. Mama Sita, have any? Because see,
I wanted to say something.
Yeah, Mama Sita.
Yes, because this is for like the ladies. Because I've seen like some people coming to ask, there's a guy you come to ask for advice. Like, you get married to your husband was rich when he got married to you. Then things happen, then your husband lost his job. Now, because you are making more money than your husband, you no longer respect your husband. You're no longer submissive. Like, this is coming from ladies. Like they said, they don't even know what happened. That they just find themselves not submissive to their husband because their husband is not earning the money he used to earn before. They're earning more than their husband. They find that because they're doing everything in the house, they don't respect their husband. I don't think that's the right way to go. Even if your husband lost his job, still respect your husband. Even if you're the one providing for the meantime, still be submissive to him. If you were submissive when he was rich, continue to be submissive even if there's nothing. One day he will bounce back and everything will move back the way it used to be. Because I've seen things like, it's been like, I think 4 ladies coming to say they don't find they can't respect or be submissive to their husband. I don't think that's the right way. If you are a lady, you're married to your husband, it happens to you. If you can help the family, continue helping the family. Don't say you want a divorce because your husband no longer have money. Don't say you want to move out. Don't treat him like a maid because he doesn't have money at that time.
That's right.
Just work together with your husband and see and keep the family moving.
Can you hear? Can you all hear? All right, Chef. I think we have Chef. You wanted to say something?
Yes. No one should be groomed to be submissive or groomed to be independent. Are you hearing me, guys?
Yes.
5
Yes.
5.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, you don't have to train anyone to be submissive. You don't have to do that. You rather be making them to be weak. What you should do is train your daughters to be wives, to be mothers. Like when they grow up, let them become wives and mothers. And you do same for the sons. When they grow up, they become responsible. Or you start with yourself as a man, you show them that example in the house while they're growing up. What they see, you're the first teacher, you're the first hero to your kids. So whatever they see from you, that will become an integral part of them. It will become a part of them. So you should always have it at the back of your mind that you are the role model of this kids. Yeah, you're not training them to be submissive or to be independent. Independent is just what these white people coin together like they came to Africa and they colonized us. At the end of the day, they're giving us independence. Independence. Wow. You don't have to depend on someone else. You're depending solely on yourself. You fend for yourself. But when we talk marriage, it's not supposed to be like that. It's not supposed to be like that. There are gender roles. But society has fast evolved. A lot of things have changed. So we are where we are right now. So train up the kids in the way they should grow, and when they are old, they'll definitely not depart from it. And start with yourself by being a leader. Yeah. Mothers who are wives will raise wives. Mothers who are independent women will raise independent women. Mothers who are bitches or slave queens, or if
His network is wonderful. I mean,
Where are you? Because your own network is much better than
yeah.
Chef's own network.
I switch the network for now. MJ Gamgel Orange Zero. I use you. Yeah, that's the challenge we're having here. So
I think
this
I
what
really
I'm.
agree with Chef Why to train. The only thing we can train people to become is wise. And that training is not done by too much talking. It's
No.
done by example. He talked about a hardworking woman will raise a hardworking child, a bitch will raise a child, a bitch, and all of that. I would agree because I can say my mother, when I was growing up, my mother was not an independent woman. She was a housewife, but she was
Yeah.
a struggling woman, meaning every time she will be creative. She will come up with ideas on how she could empower herself for her sake and for the sake of her kids. So, what I picked from my mother is the ability to always think out of the box. So, my mother was that person whom, if there's nothing in the house to cook, she would go out and she would look through the house, even if there's just beans and there's no oil, she'll cook the beans and we'll eat it with nothing. So I grew up knowing that you need to make something out of nothing. And if I can hand over that to even my own kids, that could be something that will make them to be more resilient as they grow up. But if you grow up and all you do is bring men to the house, every day this child sees another man comes in and goes out, they think it's a way of life. And because you're their first mother, my first mother was my mom. So anything my mom did, I thought was best. And so that's what I will copy. So most of us women, we also have that responsibility to portray the right things to our daughters. And likewise, the men should
yeah.
also portray the right things to the sons.
Mhm. All right, this is really this is awesome, and I like the chain which we are gradually coming at. I want to just give special shout out to Sentilo Mix that just came in. I want to give special shout out to Telma, Eufenioy, and everybody that is coming in. Please, when you come in, you do your best to share. We're gradually moving towards the end. And today, those of you who are not aware, we've been talking about submission. The whole concept of submission, the independent woman, and the man, like all of that. Now, what I want to say is
The
this.
thing,
Yeah, Chef Dawei, I don't know if you concluded what you were saying
And
already.
I did not conclude. I did not conclude. The network just had to
All right,
disgrace me like that.
you can write on before
So
I push.
I have to conclude by saying I have to conclude by saying a wife is special because she's everything every other women are trying to be. She is an accountant, she is a manager. In the bedroom, in that other room, she's a slave queen, she's a bitch. She's a mother, she's a nurse, she's a doctor, she's a prayer warrior. Like she's an independent woman making things with her hands, building things, creating things, just supporting what Coach Bonita was saying, like what she learned from her mother. Being a wife doesn't put you in that position like the way it's trying to paint, like your place is in the kitchen. No. That's not the way it used to be. That's not how I saw it in my village. Yes, she used to be about everything. She used to be about everything. But she knows that the most important thing at the end of the day, why you need money, why you need a career is to raise a family. If it were to be just me alone, not thinking about humanity, not thinking about family, I would do things differently. I'll do things differently. So at the end of the day, whatsoever, like whatever we are doing out there, we are doing it for family. We are doing it for family, which means family is the most important thing. So why concentrate on a career when you can be a wife and be all and be everything? But just make sure before you be that wife, don't just go throw yourself to any man, because not every man out there is a husband as well. Not every man is a husband. So you look for that man who understands like life in general, and then you be a wife to him.
Awesome. Now,
Thank you.
all right. This is really sweet.
Yeah.
Now, what me will say is because the whole concept about submission comes with many people showed interest when they saw this topic. It talks of how people are actually not really getting the point of submission. We have women that work at one side that are like, what is going on here? They man them that demand this. We have others that are actually housewives that we have other women that are supportive. This is the society I grew up to see. Now, if you read, I don't know why this generation we can't help but to keep referring those of the previous times, like our fathers, grandfathers, and like that. Yeah, I don't know why we can't help but keep referring them in their era. I mean, when our mothers just started working, my dad was working, my mom was working, and my mom and my stepmom they were working. So now you will see in our era when a man is going through some difficult moments, the mother will come and call the husband and give him money for school fees. And the man will come and come outside as though he's the one that had the money.
Exactly.
And nobody knew.
Exactly.
Nobody knew. I'm tempted to say our mothers really understood this concept of submission.
Do you think there are women that do that today?
The percentage is really low. The percentage is really low because
money is a money, then your money is for the family.
Thank you.
Like this, that we are inside.
So,
money
is her money.
Is her money, then your money is for everyone. Yes. When you meet that kind of a woman, as a man, run for your life.
We have a lot of this kind of women. I remember even I met a lady who was a civil servant, you see, and we're trying to make a life. When I noticed the way she reasons, first when we met, I never knew she was a civil servant. I never knew she was working anyway. So she hid it until when I finally came to understand that she's actually a civil servant. And when it comes to finance, like the typical person that there's this trick, you act like you're nice, like you act like you want to give the guy gifts, you act like you're coming to see your guy and you buy something. But at the end of the day, when you buy that thing, it's like it is a pain. So you will see the reaction on their faces, very angry. You see, but you don't understand the problem is, and they themselves, they might not be. A lot of them are shy to even take it that way.
Or is this StreamYard?
So this attitude is as a result of miseducation. Yeah, we can hear you, Chef. We can hear you 505. This is a result of the rampant miseducation and misconception which we have given women. Me, I for one admire the model of our parents. Our fathers they could drink.
And see, my father is one of those people. Like here, my father was a provider. Big provider. All my mother had to do was my mother was a housewife. My mother would just go, now just bring a house, now be like over the work with family. My father will provide everything from head to toe. My mother will go to the market and buy jama jama.
Yes.
You go and buy this thing and buy meat, buy stuff, bring to the house. My mom is still in the corner bush on a farm with anyone. My mom is still in the farm. My father will go and buy meat and this thing, bring it in the house. They fix this thing, make the food fast so that when your mother gets home, she'll just take a shower, eat, and then relax. My father has his kitchen. Oh, that kitchen is just when my mother is done eating in her own in the other kitchen. Then she will move to my father's kitchen. They'll sit down and be discussing why. Sometimes we'll go meet them there. Sometimes all of us will just sit in the other kitchen. That's what if I want me to be like, if they really follow their parents,
You enjoyed the model. You enjoyed the model.
I said my father would carry me on the bike. When I was in two, my father would carry me on the bike. My father said, no, I don't know how to buy jama jama. Everybody knew my father in the market. They called my father Tashe, like a big person.
Mm-hmm.
When my father, when he's going there, see, he buys everything. My father knows how to buy more than my mother. He was most of the time he would be the one to go to the market and buy stuff, bring to the house. We just prepare them. You go and buy everything. I enjoyed that life, but nowadays it's hard.
It's difficult, and
yes,
this is why I hit hard on this point, because it is the education and the mindset that is changing. When we educate the women, when we send the children, they get children to school, we also tell them the values that will make. Yeah, sure,
And the good thing is, they didn't force. Nobody forced you to do it. Though. He was just doing it. He just be like, let's go do this before your mother comes back. My father, he never went to the farm, but he made sure everything in the house was okay. He can pay people to go and do the farming, but my mother would still want to go and see what they're doing in the farm. Come back.
That's a woman. That's a woman. A manager. She's going there to manage the family's property. But now you have a slave queen who tell you, I did go do it for farm. You don't have to go and work, just go and supervise.
Yeah,
that would be a
supervisor. You must not like
all the ladies
go to the farm. So you must just go and supervise, enter your bike, come back, come and enjoy.
You go to a career as a woman alone, you know most women don't have a mind of their own. When you get intoxicated with alcohol and you're out there and you just get honey, any man can get in you. That's the things we used to avoid in those days, right? Because we know that good women don't cheat because they plan I was going to cheat. No, she might just she might be working in Boyer, and now they have maybe a conference in Kumba. She goes to Kumba and she's there with a colleague. They just have to go out, if a friendly outing just like that. It's not hurting, nothing of that sort. But at the end of the day, a few bottles, and now they're in a room. She'll cheat. She'll cheat. Most like just this 2%, this 2% that will actually drink, and those still be self-denying women. Just 2%. So our parents knew all of this. You, the woman, your business, what I have, I need to be the one to face the war. Let me go and battle. Let me go and fight. And what I win at the end of the day, I bring it, I put it in your hands as the manager. You manage everything, supervise everything.
The men are failing. And this is what I will say. And Chief Dawa, you mentioned this earlier. Welcome, you mentioned this earlier. When you meet a woman, do your job by articulating your vision to that woman. And if you can tell that this woman does not align with your vision, don't proceed. Do not proceed. Because the woman that will become independent and start lording over you is a woman that doesn't believe in your vision. She is chasing her vision. She doesn't know you have a vision. And if this woman believes in your vision, trust me, any woman that is sane enough will invest in the vision that she sees. How, if she can see that this vision is going to grow, she will invest in that vision, whether you have the money to invest in it or not. She'll do all what Chief Dawai just mentioned. She will manage it. She will monitor it. She would keep accountability. She would even see those things that you do not see, because men, as you know, women are more emotional beings, and they can see through people more than men. Men naturally just trust and they go with the flow. But women have a critical way of looking at things. So if a woman believes in your vision, go ahead with that woman. So the job the men need to do is to clearly articulate their vision. How many men nowadays even know their vision? You ask a man, what do you want? They'll say, I want to travel abroad. It's abroad a vision. If you have 5,000 francs in a small city in Boya and you cannot make ends meet, you cannot manage that 5,000 francs. Even if you come to the United States and you're making $1,000 bi-weekly, you will not be able to manage it. So geographical location define your ability to manage. So traveling abroad is just a milestone.
I want to travel abroad.
Just some people believe that they must travel abroad to make it. They don't believe that if they are in Cameroon, they can make it.
No,
that's what I'm saying. If travel,
the logo was made by a guy in Cameroon. There are people making it in Cameroon out of their creativity. I'm not saying that it's not better abroad. Please do not get me wrong. Don't say because she is in the United States, she's saying United States. Trust me, it's also hard on this side of the world, but it's better.
It's hard everywhere. You just know how to manage.
It's hard everywhere. I'm just saying that be trying where you find yourself, and let this be a milestone, but have a vision. Have a vision on a roadmap, and let going to the United States be just one step to getting to your vision. And do that with your partner.
Okay, thank you so much, Coach B. I want us to hit one thing again before I sign out. This one says, I tell you, Coach B, they will ask you what you bring to the table when they don't even have a table. I want to talk about what you bring to the table thing. Now, what do you think? Is a woman supposed to bring something to the table, or she should just I want us to hit her on this thing. Is a woman supposed to add up anything to the table? Mama Sita, Coach B, what do you think?
What is bringing to the table? You can't bring something to the table.
Supposed to bring her friends.
Somebody's talking?
Yeah, chef just came in now.
Okay.
The network is really arranging him. It's not
really your body.
Now, okay, Mama Sita, I think you can write on.
See, I don't feel like that is what do you bring to the table? As a woman, I'm bringing a lot already. I'm the one managing the house. Managing the house is not easy. If you have kids, taking care of the kids is not easy. And then not to talk of me against doing maybe like a part-time or a full-time job and still taking care of the house. So I think there should never be a comparison of what do you bring to the table. A man, you're a provider. Nobody so bad with talkers. You are a provider. That's why some people say when they get married to that. I have someone who says if he gets married to the wife, you'll be like the sole provider. You provide everything. You'll be the woman's choice to go and work and maybe help herself. Yeah, some people don't like to stay home, but don't tell me what do I bring to the table. No,
This is the truth of that kind of man. That kind of man, it's a very sweet thing to say. I'm gonna be the sole provider, bro. When things get sour, what's up?
There was another person. See, there's one girl who is crying now. That girl is a Nigerian. So that girl, the thing is, when she got married, the husband said she should not do anything. That she'll be giving her allowance every month.
Yeah.
He was doing it. But when the lady had 3 kids, the man said, oh, that place, there as it used to be again. Or that she started complaining all those things. And he started cheating. Now, the woman went out of the marriage because he don't treat 2 STDs already. He went out, but he don't pick up out. Why? He don't get money again. He don't get money. That's another thing. If they want you to stay at home, when they give you that money, they save them. so that when child back.
No, no man should make you stay at home with a promise of an allowance. Don't do
Never.
that. Don't do that. That's a big mistake. That's a big mistake. You this is what no allowance. It means you're still not one. The prescription is full.
This is what is happening to one lady right now.
Pardon?
This is what is happening to a lady right now because they were giving her allowance and
I understand she made a mistake. So we are talking to our audience to make them give them advice so they don't fall in the same pitfall. If a man is coming to talk of allowance, don't fall for that. Once you have the kids and you're out of shape, you're just depending on him totally, completely. You should be depending on your family, not a man. A man can fail you at any time. This is what you should do, because this is what I would do, right? I create an account for my family, and my wife gets to manage the account. My private account, I get my monthly allowance. A good woman, she has her personal account. At the end of the day, we look at everything we have as earning at the end of the month, because we are earning together. I'm working on the field. She's working from the kitchen. She's working from the bedroom. She's working from the living room. She's supervising other things. So she's definitely working. So we are building together, right? So at the end of the day, we look at it. Okay, this is what we've been able to make. We've made 10 million this month. So, okay, baby, 2 million go for your account, 2 million go for my personal account, 6 million into the family account, right? And we manage that together. We manage that together. You don't just go about spending like you just spend carelessly. If a man is not doing that, they're giving you allowance and you want to stay there, very few men will respect that at the end of the day. A lot of them
at the beginning and towards the end they start withdrawing. They start giving you, maybe skipping months before giving you the allowance.
That's the way most men used to exhibit.
That's why we prescribe. That's why we are prescribing that two actually has to become one in everything, and that one in this equation is the family. The one in this equation is the family. So you're actually becoming one. If that man is giving you an allowance monthly for yourself and maybe some upkeep money for the family, you are not one. You are not one. You're working for him. You're actually an employee. So he comes, instead of saying he's giving you salary, he used a different name, allowance. You're being paid.
Oh.
Yeah.
So the best way is have joint accounts. If I have to stay at home, we should have a joint account. So I can go in there anytime. You can go in, like you have access to the account. I have access to the account.
Mama Sita, it's unfortunate that this woman. It's unfortunate that this woman was brainwashed to not working. Some men use this as a way of controlling, having total control. But it's to Chef Dawai's point. I think our recommendation to those who are watching is do not fall into that trap. If you have an opportunity to work to support the family, because when you two come together, you become a family, and you should be supporting each other. Your money is your money, and then you plan on how you partition the money.
You must not ask for everything.
Yeah. So most people are in companionships and they think they're in marriages. You need to be married to a partner, meaning that partner you and that person will get to your destination. When you just look for someone for the sake of companionship, they'll leave you halfway.
That's what Jamaican people, they go do companionship and marriage.
Yeah, they take an exit. The nearest exit, they exit. And then you continue alone.
For sure.
Yeah, because this guy used to be a hairdresser. So so the man said, no, you will not have time for the kids, so can't be for house. So stop what you are doing. I'll be giving you allowance. Now she doesn't have money. She wants to leave because she care they'll bring gun. No, this thing, the other sick where they don't cure and still there. So that's her fear now. That what if that man brings that one?
This is one side of the story. Let me I like coining the thing two sides. I've seen ladies that don't actually want to work. They work because they don't have a choice.
That's
they
right.
don't have a choice. When a man comes in, I will show my footage, about 80 or 90% of ladies in Africa, you just say good morning. They'll just carry all the whole world problem, give you just good morning.
My sisters, please stop doing that.
Just use some motor or make your days on way.
My sister, let's tell our sisters, please stop doing that. This man did not adopt you. No, it's not that they did not adopt you. Please stop carrying your burdens on other men. I don't know about you.
The right woman should bring all her burden on me, please. The right woman.
No, not when you just meet her.
No,
This is what I'm saying.
I know how to take back women. Like one day is enough. One day is enough. We know women can hide their character for even 20 years. But my conversations, I didn't leave you talk all your thing that you want, you expose all yourself.
And that's one of the mistakes we make, women.
No, but at the end of the day, I'm always open there. I'm always open to tell you, okay.
Everybody, you might be like 1 in 1,000. That would do that. Not every minute, not every man is like you.
Yeah, I know that. It's a special gift. It's a special gift, you know.
You see? Yeah, that's not like you are 1 in 1,000.
To be honest,
I don't judge.
It's easy to see it. We see it and we just ignore it. To be honest, bad character is not hidden. Trust me, even someone
they'll change
into a relationship with, you can tell few months after, you can tell retrospectively that this one thing that this person did on day one of our date was a red flag. I should have left, but I gave it a chance. So we are all, in fact, I don't know, but that's the
now love you blind say they will change. You think they love you, but they tell you all those pretty words. You are the sugar. They tell you, man, you guys can flirt at the ladies. When I get sweet mob, lies, and then the problem is we ladies, we like lies more than the truth, because they tell us the truth, we'll be angry. So when they tell us all those lies, we believe it. So if you keep feeding those people and fall for them, now you know your boss is saying your days are home and nothing come out again.
Now this one thing I want us to hit hard again one thing. There is this popular saying that money they put eye for woman in money. Now I think Chef Dawe will better enlighten us with this. Chef Dawe, I want to ask you this question directly. Do you think a woman should actually be transparent with her earnings in a relationship, or a man should just carry the responsibility without actually considering whether the woman is bringing in anything or not?
It depends on the status of the relationship. If it's marriage, I think she has to declare. She has to declare everything she's earning. Likewise, the man. If he's dating, she has to stay that way. Like, why would she be telling the man what she earns at that point? Anything can happen. Yeah, the same for the man, because you not go about telling every girl you're dating, I make 2 million a month, I make 1 million. So you don't expect a woman to do that as well. Now, when I'm in a serious relationship, your money is woman, so not to put eye for woman in money. First, I need that kind of woman where I can sit somewhere. Okay, I'm going through a rough time, maybe financial crisis. I call, babe, send me urgent 1 million. Mamu Nana, so she just take her phone.
If she has it though.
Yes, no, there are a lot of them who have, but they'll tell you not put eye for woman in money. Yes, they need to put eye for woman in money. So what I said before, if you meet a woman with that kind of a mentality, you run. Women, you know, he's a giving guy. He loves to give. He gives he gives you all the time, little gifts, and maybe from time to time, in the momo you. Then if they in small crisis and you actually get, you're having, and what will it cost you to just send? You say no, they need to put eye for woman money. You've already failed the test. You failed the test completely. On the other hand, I think everyone need a shoulder to lean on. So if you're dating and you're getting serious with someone, that should be your best friend. That should be your best friend, and you're in that tight situation. That should be the first person you're calling. Yeah, especially when you know they're well to do, they're working, they're earning. Now you call the person, no, not put eye for woman in money. Brother, you'll still stay for the wake up. I'm asking you.
Chris. Even the richest person, there are projects that you do.
That money for that place.
Seriously.
You still run
that. You really say some money to go.
A lot of smile a little bit now. Let's see that beautiful smile a bit.
Yeah. And Coach Bonita has a lot of comments that somebody said it's the smile that is keeping them here. Now, Coach B, what do you think?
Yeah, this is what I think about. I think I lean a little bit towards what Chef Dawai said. If you're still in the dating phase, I want to think that you can tell when you're in a relationship with a generous partner, be it the lady or the guy. And if the guy is gifting you, why not gift the guy? Sometimes your birthday, Christmas, New Year, you just gift him freely. It's not like you're in. Sometimes they'll interpret it as if you're buying the guy. You're not buying the person. If the person is gifting you, you can also gift the person. My only thing I will hold back to is when you are in the dating phase with a guy and you're investing with the guy. There you're playing a risky game. And so at the end of the day, if things fall the wrong way, do not go attacking this guy. He used you and all of that. Investing with a guy in a dating phase, I don't think it's the right idea for me. But when you're married to your partner, you guys share a vision. I'm not a good fan of this small money that you give your husband. Babe, give me 200, you give 200. Babe, give me 500, you give 500. I am more on the side where a woman is supposed to be a great banker. So you're that woman that even if your husband gives you 2,000 francs for food, you should use 1,500 and save 500 for rainy days. Because there's a day that man will wake up and he doesn't have 50 francs to leave the house. That's when you become the family saver. That's when you go in and take out that and bring it out. And that's the impact that you create in that man's life. But most women are just in this attitude of small money you're giving the man. He does not take account of that money. But if he has a big project, and as he's complaining, babe, I just want this contract, and the contract, I need like 5 million to invest, and this is what will come out of it. Transparency, to Chef Dawai's point. You see the vision. You see that if you invest with your husband, money is going to come out. That's when you go back to your bank account. That's the only thing you should have as a secret. Saving money that your husband was giving you and one day saving your husband. So that's the way I look at it. It's not rocket science.
It's super exciting. It's super exciting.
Yes, it excites. It even turns on the man. Your husband thinks of you in a very special way wherever he is. Like when he thinks of that project, when he sees the growth, he knows that my wife was with me all along. Don't invest with a man you're just dating. That one Nanjambo from my.
I don't even tell the person you are just dating her amount to earn. I don't believe in you telling you what I earn.
See something special, buy for them because they're buying.
Before you're in a serious relationship. Hello.
Even serious, that's your sister broke.
You're in the place of getting
married. We are planning a wedding. If you know we don't engage. Yes, we can reveal everything and okay, babe, I earned this amount. I've said this amount. We should use this amount for this wedding. We should save this because after the wedding we'll be broke.
Because this what
no money put 1 franc make a marry. You don't call. That's not where your contribution starts. I need to pay your dowry and
If
do
I to
everything.
provide everything for the wedding, at least support the wedding, not that you are giving 100%.
No, not give me 5 francs. Just
The
give
same
me
thing
more.
my man go
You
do
see,
now.
now you that just say it's you're more in 1,000 because some men be like, okay, then like me, I'll be like, okay, babe, okay, you do this. Maybe I'll buy my wedding gown or I'll do this.
Yeah, or you dress your bridesmaids,
Yes,
things like that.
just contribute. Not that the man should do everything.
No,
Yeah.
keep that money. Keep that money. When me I don't spend all, they will go for us to say, babe.
Yes,
hey,
most
you
mature
surprised
men,
me.
that's what they do.
You can when I be done on talk like
you
that.
say, babe, hey, I know see you don't broke, babe. I know see you don't broke. Just hold the one baton, put in your pocket.
Yes.
I
Yes.
love me so.
The joy.
Eh,
You know,
you see,
but
no.
that's okay, babe. Give your own money.
The
Don't
joy. That
pay
means
anything.
Some men will be very comfortable for a woman to pay her own bride price. Ndagana baby.
No.
You said it. Oh yes, okay. You don't remove a penny. We will chop. We will enjoy our money when after this wedding. When maybe when I don't get naughty. You see, you don't come. Now if man don't go one be with you, or now if man don't want for providing for you when he say you don't get anything.
Yeah.
Or when
Yeah,
you don't broke.
it's a red flag when you just start dating a guy and the guy is just like women, they just bring all their problems. Today the boy will can't talk this problem. You give small money. Tomorrow you talk
They bring
another
up your
problem.
family problem. They bring up your sister and mother. Me solve them. No, not even that. No, not that like their own. They bring the entire family problem for me solve them. That's why they take them. Some men they take to their heels when they see a lady like that. Meaning for marriage, just keep. When up in marriage, just kill and kill her.
And then you will see a woman is living on her own, doing her things. As man picking just say good morning, automatically she has financial crisis.
What make you be?
The rest of them.
I say,
And to the men, sometimes you take your phone in front of your girl, you dial your number for a phone. You just call your phone now. Then you see Mugu number 5.
You see the
money miss road. That's what happened to me. That's what happened to me when I was in Boya, like 14 years ago. Yeah, that time we money we don't wise now. We get some this or hit the girl. I don't know where to come from my head. I just take my phone and dial a phone. You don't come on go out with a friend. Whether they go communicate now, they be where they get for land and for me. Oh. Hey, I don't forget phone for table. I just take my phone and dial a phone. I want to see Mugu number 5. Me say you already get 1, get 2, he get 3, he get 4. Then so that be number 5.
I just hope you pay those bills.
I just be quiet. Like I never see Mugu number 5.
Maybe number 6 days ago, you just be number 5.
I tell you. What's me? I believe that if women we can do better. I mean, we always say women are strong people. See, most of these big people we are admiring like this, it is women that made them, man. If it's not their mother, it's their wives, and a lot of the time it's their partners. You see. A lot of these big men,
firstly their mothers and then their wives.
Every king needs a queen, bro. Every king needs a queen. You need her push. You need her push. That's why
I think women.
It is
and kings live in kingdoms.
Yes.
Kings rule over kingdoms.
Yeah.
So if you do not believe if you're not a king, you will definitely not find a queen.
For sure.
Yes. Oh, yes, sure.
Sometimes you can get the queen to help you build your kingdom.
Very true. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. It has really been
for that girl's name. That girl's name was Elale Lemieux.
I'm still happy.
Hey.
This is hilarious.
Did I ever save your name as Money Miss Road?
Well,
No,
God.
You guy, you take care for picking with all your heart. You don't know, say no, you don't place you for that position. Say Money Miss Road. Then when you
And let
discover
me
that,
tell you guys a secret. Even when I was in university, you know, sometimes some guys will stop you and they just cannot let you go. So sometimes I'll just take the numbers and I'll save it as don't speak.
What?
Yeah,
So
sometimes I'll just take the number and I'll save it as don't speak. And when it's calling, I just know I don't have to pick.
I don't want to take the number. Yeah, I just give you my number. Like,
No,
you
I
take
don't
the
want it
number
to
back.
come in and then I don't know the number and then out of curiosity I'm picking. But I'll just, those guys that really will want to keep you don't want to embarrass them. You just take the number and I used to just take it and say don't pick.
and you could
Funny
tell,
enough.
you could tell from just the first experience, like this guy is a don't pick.
Yeah.
This thing is one very interesting line of thought. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
It has really been a very sweet conversation, and this hilarious parts at the end, at the sweetest part of it. Now, I want us to drop one last one. We'll be live for 2 hours. Now, I want us to drop now. I think we'll start with Chef Coach B, and then come through to Chef.
No, we can start with him, even though I know he's a gentleman, but let's start with him.
I was on Coach B. Chef,
I'm not a gentleman. I'm a Bantu. That name gentle people are in the UK. So I know how to respect women. So I'll go with that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where's Elali? Elali, that was a joke here. So hope you're loving emoji one time. So guys, it's been a good one. Submission, quality. We did not touch on equality, so I'll just drop my opinion on that. I believe the first believer in gender equality is the Creator. Men are not superior than women, and women are not below men. So the distinction he made was in gender roles, like the roles we have to play. So when you want to talk of superiority, things like that only came from the devils, because I call white man devil, right? So for me, the head
You must talk your
cannot
life.
stand without the neck. And if the man is the head, the woman is the neck. So the neck is more important. It's just like a company. He comes as the CEO. Come again?
Nobody said anything though.
Hello?
Yeah,
No,
go ahead.
Hello?
We can hear you.
We hear you.
Are you guys getting me?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, what network?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. Yes. So it's just for people to know their roles. You play your role, and if a man were to be superior, let's say a man is 2 and a woman is 1, that equation will give 3. It will not be 1. So it's 1 plus 1, and it is equivalent to 1. So it means they're coming equal proportions, and you're putting them together. So on that part of gender equality, I go for the fact that we are all equal, but now our roles, the roles that we play, would make the distinction. Okay. No, there's never a day I will give birth and I'll ever envy to want to go through travail. I know that pain. Only women, they get the mechanism, they get the technical know-how to survive such pain. And I get my own thing where you should, that your statement that what a man can do, a woman can do it 10 times better. The day you stand up and pee holding your your thing and P that day or believe in that. So when I learn for no say no, the distinction is in the gender roles and play your role, not envy my own. Not come you try to want to be me. When you're independent, yes, be independent, take care of yourself, put your things together. But if we don't you're coming to meet me, there must be a compromise because you see these two fingers.
Network is wonderful.
These two fingers, as they are like this, they are going opposite direction. So if they want to meet a man and a woman, they'll meet like this to take a single direction, like this. Okay, guys, it's been a great one. Thank you. I hope I've.
All right, thank you
hear
so
me, guys?
much. Thank you so much, Chef. I mean, we are hearing 505.
Uh,
I must say, it has really been a great time. I know you all have really wonderful schedules. Chef is working on a whole lot of things, so we're always glad having you. Now, Mama Sita, do you have one?
Mama
See, okay, I just have one or two words to say. What I've really learned is that, ladies, don't talk over your husband. If your husband is giving you maybe a wrong suggestion, don't start arguing left up and down with your husband. Let your husband learn. If he's not in the best mood to talk at that time, leave him alone. Come back when he's maybe okay with himself. Then give your own suggestion to give why you don't want his own point. Yes, that's like respect, because if you start doing nagging stuff, it will not end you guys anywhere. It will bring more problems. So always wait for one person to talk and learn before you learn. And for men, don't always think your what you suggest is always right. Yeah. So always let your wife maybe give reasons why your point will not work, or they should go with this other point. So respect your wife. Both should respect each other. Be submissive, especially for ladies, and let love lead.
Amazing.
All right, that is sweet, Coach B.
Yeah, I wanted to start again. I think it's an amazing conclusion from Chef Dawai and also Mama Sita. But I wanted to start with this thing. If you say education is very expensive, try ignorance. I think most of these things that we're struggling with today is because of ignorance. And the roles are well defined. People know where their role starts and where it ends. And if your man is looking for a partner, like I said earlier, make sure your partner aligns with your vision. Two people with the same vision can never go in opposite directions. They will always support each other to get to that particular destination that they are both heading to. And to women out there, if you know you're making good money and you can get yourself all the things you want, you can go to all the places in the world for vacation. You can buy anything you want. You can even buy a how do they call it? A makeover, meaning you can do plastic surgery on yourself, which costs a lot of money.
A lot of money, yeah.
Forget the fact that you are a woman. I think Chef Dawai used a phrase there that I hate using it. The phrase that says a woman can do more than a man, can do better than a man, something like that. I have deleted that word in my dictionary of phrases. I don't like using it because I know I'm a woman and there's no day I want to be a man. I love being a woman. I want to assume my role as a woman. And I think women should stop using that phrase. You can never do more than a man. And a man can never do more than you. Why are you running a race with a woman? Because a man will never be able to push a baby out of them. And like Chef Dawai said, a woman will not be able to stand up and pee like a man. And even if you have to, you have pee all over your body. So there are a lot of things that were different and unique in. We are a powerhouse. Women have so much potential to have control. It's just that we do not know how to use that power. And silence is the most powerful way of communicating. If you are a woman, if you try shouting a lot and your man doesn't hear you, try silence and he will definitely hear you.
Oh,
That would be the way I'll conclude for today.
that's a wonderful one. We have, yes, Coach B, thank you. All right, now I have things. You know, the topic today, we're looking at equality, the man, the woman, the independent woman, the home. You know, sometimes I think we could handle a lot of this order, because all those other subtopics are major topics on their own. Now, this is what I'm going to say. See, the gospel truth is there is nothing as sweet as a submissive woman. No matter the logic you use, women have that virtue, have that quality. It's going to place you in a better place in the man's life. Now, the next thing is you should know the person you're submitting to. You submit to a yam, you don't expect them to know the value of your submission. Definitely they are going to abuse it. So you should take time and look at the person, understand the person, and then portray your values. Sometimes you keep your values that are supposed to give you credit, and some of these men get these values from outside. It's sad enough that sometimes they get these values when they are already in a marriage. Somebody is in the love of his life when he's already married. You see, don't make the thing get that complicated. Give your values. If the man is a good man, fine. If he's not a good man, allow him. He's definitely a good man to another woman.
Not following money. Not following money. Go tight for trap like
I tell you, because you see a lot of I was one lady was saying money, but I said the man was abusing this woman. It is kumai for him.
Telling them that they should beat you in a Benz. You should be comfortable crying in a Benz or in a mansion. Why?
Why you feel to work for a big person?
I said the kumbari give the girl. I'll be like, mommy, why would this kind of job? What's going on? Why would and tomorrow she's the first person to go there. The man has some money. Women, if you can,
it all be money and fine stuff, driving a nice car and all of that. That's so beautiful today. Then you still go back tomorrow, and maybe to go tomorrow.
She'll be the one to beg. They'll beat you. They go apologize. Say sorry for making you angry to beat me, or sorry for beating me. And you see, do you think that kind of man will just know this? Even the man knows that you are after his money. Now the next thing is men are
not taking it serious.
Yes.
Never.
You see, they were head so. Yes, men do a lot of mathematics in their head. Men do this head. You don't decide the maths. A lot of mathematics.
So one and doing a Chuchuda money mix wrote there where they don't use Kayamata. They don't even use Kayamata on them, but bro, you see some kind of action them not clearance.
It just goes on kind of clearance way. You see? Yeah. Men do a lot of maths. Do your qualities right. Because when you're talking and you're doing it, he's just sitting and looking at you. He's not saying so many. There are a lot of things that if men will open their mouth and tell you some realities, some of you will just pack the bags from where you are and just go you and stay alive.
And some men will be sitting quiet. Some men will be sitting quiet because they never yet knock Kanda.
Yes.
They just go along. They'll go along with the flow. And,
thank you so much.
Men out there watching, it's not all about knocking Kanda. You
actually
take care of your energy. Your sexual energy is the most. Well, I don't know if you have
create sexual energy. You can use it to create a lot.
Don't think you're powerful as a man when you sleep with many women. You're actually so weak. You get to see the effect when
they really need to listen to you.
You get to see the effect when you truly want to make it in life.
Why do they think they have so much energy? Why?
For women, that you will notice that I want to talk to these women that are victims of this. You will notice a man will approach you very soon when they just off the pants, disappear. This is what happens. See, most of the time when a man is coming to you, most men that come to you, somebody does not know you, so they cannot tell you about love. They are looking at the physical attraction. You are the one that converts their mind. Yes, you are the one that converts them from just detaching just from your body. You present yourself. I am not just a beautiful, curvy, sweet-looking girl. I am actually an intelligent, creative, and a good woman. You do that with the way you do things. When a man meets you and start giving him bill, the new trend is giving bill. Buy the one, buy the one. The man that wants to knock has no problem buying those things. You can give bill. There are small bills as small as 10,000. 10,000, I mean, and it's more 10,000. Somebody will just use it to off the pan. There are other bills as 100,000. 100,000 is an insignificant money to somebody.
Yes.
So if you need to give that price tag,
then you show your
yes.
corner.
The man is like, all right, if the price tag for me to have this ndum is this amount, let me just pay the thing, and then when I finish, you get lost. Now you that is giving a price tag, all of a sudden you have to come and start putting emotion. If you are for emotion, if you are coming for a love based on emotion, do it the right way. If you are coming in to come and consume and actually have your way, when you consume and they consume, you don't complain. Just go you happily because you are doing a trade. It is that simple.
Those are the ones that say friends with benefits.
Yeah, nowhere you stand there correctly. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I always stand outright against the sale of the sex. If you want to be a valuable person, make your values right. Don't think that you are just going to be any kind of woman and somebody will treat you right. You don't tell a man to treat you right. I mean, when I'm talking about, I'm not talking about these yams. I'm talking about a man that is a man. You don't tell them to treat you right. You act right and you'll be treated right. When you appear, when your name is mentioned, what thought comes to your mind, to the mind of your man? If the man look at your picture, what does he think about? Is he thinking about a problem you are giving him? Is he thinking about how nonsense and foolish of a person you are? Or is he thinking about, oh, look at this lovely woman. I will be nothing today if it's not for her. Look at this woman. She knows how to comfort me. Oh, let me close and go and rush home and meet this woman because the day today has been stressful. I'm going to have a calm head. Or are you the kind of one that you easily make the man to close over and go and drink? So these are the things you should categorize yourself right.
Bars and they don't go back home.
Yes, a lot you see
not coming back home.
Bars are full of men.
Missing them from home.
Yeah,
Why?
see, it's very true. There's some women that will make their husbands not to come back home when they leave work. Like when they just think of when that closing time like that, you just have to calculate. Oh, you go do this. You go do that. Ladies, not be like that. So we learn every day. So if you've been doing that, correct your mistake and see how your husband will love you.
No, one of the greatest things that kills submission is external factors. That friend that you're telling your story to, oh, my husband is this, my husband is that. That friend can be the greatest person that will turn you to be the beast in your marriage. We have seen, close your ears. The things if you're submissive to your husband, let everybody get this education right. There are some things you will do for your man or for the sake of your family. Let me not put the man, it should be about man. You consider the family, your children, the future of what you're building. There are certain things you will do that does not need the third party's ear. Anything you need to do to make it work, do it. Because it is not only for you, for the other person, but for the sake of your future. You people are building a life.
Together.
What you do sometimes, which the public will call as stupid, is actually something that could be the solution of what you need. A friend of mine is married today for about 4 years. When he met his wife, they were just starting up. They got acquainted. They got connected to each other. By the time he was transferred back to Yaoundé, when he was struggling to actually relocate, he had some small financial constraints because he had sent some money back home for some, African things. And the lady went to her account without even asking the guy. When the lady just studied and saw it, he did not even ask her. And he told me that, boss, this lady went and removed this amount of money and gave me. I did not even ask. It did not make long. They are married because he appreciated that supportive woman. Sometimes these men, we need care, we need attention, we need that. It should not be that you're just there because you're to benefit something. A man knows when you're just there to benefit. He knows. And trust me, once your love has a price tag, there are people that will pay you till you become useless. Pay you and bench you and pay you and use you and pay you and use you. When they're paying you, you're losing value, you're depreciating. You become useless, you become tasteless. They go to the next one until some will definitely want to pay and notice that this is not the type that you pay. This type is the type you actually put in the house. So have your values. If you have, let's forget about all these the new Gen Z trend, one Gen Z body on a Gen Z, what they call them. Be a person, be your values. At the end of the day, those who are hailing you, oh, Oga bad shape in dressing to kill. Since people started dressing to kill, who has died? Some have done that before.
That's the irony about this stuff.
if you need to submit. When you're submitting and then the other person hears, they say that one I'm a one. And one person you should be very careful of is the person that speaks to your subconscious. Now, what we're talking is we're talking at the conscious level. There's a way somebody can talk to your subconscious. When they go out, they are going for girls outing. They want to take the name. If you say Miranda, so forget Miranda and I'm move for love. Speaking to your subconscious, only that one statement can reset the way you think. Sometimes I always say this, it is better you should be a fool and maintain your happy life if it is making you happy. Me, for example, there are certain things I do that whether you talk with you or do because it is making me happy. If the thing is making you happy, you get joy doing it, and it is going to give you a desired effect.
If you're not hurting another person and it's making you happy,
then go for it. See, stop seeking public validation. Like, baby, my man, when he talk for me, so if he try. That man, he talks so that the kumbai, the idiot for them. That man, and my money put half my money, my money put half my money.
And then you want to copy it, you that don't marry it.
So these are the kind of things you need to know. It is risky when you invest in a certain kind of man because they might take advantage of you. But the funny truth about life is sometimes you are too careful to the point that you finally end up getting to meet the wrong person that will exploit you.
Right.
Use your intuition. Make use of your intuition. If you understand the use of your intuition, is going to help you a lot. Use your brain itself. Reason. Take out time just to reason. Reason rightly. Reason well. Study the person. This kind of person is like this, like this, like this. I know where to fit in.
I love you guys, but I have to go.
Okay, all right, Coach B.
Bye, everyone. Thank you. It was a great session. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
And to crown it all, be submissive to the right man. I come back to where I started.
Right person, be submissive.
That's a golden way to enjoy your relationship. In a relationship,
I've learned so much from this life. See, we learn every day, every single day. Yeah. Because there's some stuff in my life that now I have to correct. Because you see, so we learn every single day.
Definitely.
So let's do away with our bad character, our nagging attitude all the time. Because it's like you want to be the one, you want to be the head for the house. You forget say you have your husband who is the head of the house. So I know nagging will never take you to any place. You know, women would you like we talk too much.
Talk. You see? So those are the things. So guys, it was a great time being with you all. We're just going to do some spontaneous giveaways. After that, we'll list your names and you just do it. It's done.
Somebody to send me her momo. Someone who has been constantly commenting and interacting. I saw them. So we'll do some momo after the live.
Yeah, this is mobilization. Like you know how it is done now. When Mama Sita talk and she say,
I was watching, I was listening at the same time, watching who was doing what.
Yeah. Now it's going to be some raining mobilization season.
It's going to rain. Eventually, it's gonna pour on some people.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. All right. So I think
Ladies and gentlemen,
we have
I'm
come to
up
the
today. So I know some of you are already getting ready for tomorrow. At least I still have some time to sit and watch a movie or to read a book before I go to bed. So
for sure,
it was
for sure.
nice being here today, and I hope we'll meet again next week, same time, same place, and discuss more stuff and also learn from it. So
Of
with that,
course. Au revoir.